What up? We're back. We're back, mother cluckers.
Yeah.
This is episode 1-1, the big 1-1.
The big 1-1. I've been seeing 11-11 a lot lately.
It's a fateful number.
I've been calling it out in my classes randomly.
Really?
Telling people to make a wish.
11-11, wait, make a wish?
Yeah.
Wow. We missed it. But this is a nighttime broadcast, y'all.
This is later than so last time we were like, this is the latest we've done, and it was like 10. It's like 11:40 now.
The latest we've done it yet, and perhaps the tiredest we've been. But the show must go on.
And we're drinking margaritas out of wine glasses. So if you haven't noticed, we've had a different drinking vessel every single episode. So go back, watch all of them, take notes. These are, I think, kind of the last of them. So we'll have to start borrowing glasses from our friends and family.
If you have glasses to donate, because we want to, we're going to have to start recycling, but...
No,
different every time?
Every time.
All right.
Paper cups, plastic cups,
you name
bamboo cups. We could get really unique with it.
If we had more room, I would just go collect at thrift shops and whatnot, but we're literally at full capacity in our cup cupboard, which is kind of sad because I like vessels.
Let's buy a what's it called? A china cabinet for all of our glasses. That's
put in place of the couch.
Yeah, true.
Instead of having a couch in the living room, china cabinet.
China cabinet.
Thoughts?
I think that's maybe that will be an episode one day, but my mom spent probably thousands, 1,000. Mom, comment below on all
Thousands?
The things in her china cabinet, all of her china, and literally, I feel like it's for the queen, who never came over, and now she's passed.
She never
R.I.P.
uses it either. Oh, she uses it for special occasions.
No, we never have used it. And every Christmas, I'm like, "This is the one. Let's go." And then she's like, "Well, I don't want it to get scratched.
You don't want it to get tarnished.
I don't want it. When you eventually want to get rid of it, I don't want it.
I'm not. Yeah.
My sister will probably take it, and she'll keep it in her china cabinet."
There's some dope china. It's just we don't really have the room to have a display case for it. That's the trouble.
One time I went to Marshall's, obviously, and bought these really pretty plates that were made in India, and they were gorgeous. And I was so pumped about them. And then after we had used them, I feel like I read the bottom and it was hand wash only. And I'm like, what do you mean? I can't put these in the dishwasher? Because I think the metallic on them would blow up.
Yeah, because it's they're really good quality.
They're gold painted or something.
The price you pay for high-end dishery.
So my point is if we had a bunch of china, even if we were you know what, screw it, we're going to use it, then we'd have to wash it by hand.
You have to hand wash. So you have to, it's a full commitment. Yeah.
And we would end up breaking it immediately.
Well, there's a gentle cycle on certain dishwashers. Would that work on China? Comment below.
Comment below, China experts.
Why is China called China? Is it from China?
Ooh, we'll do a whole episode on China.
On China? China the
Sounds
country
exciting.
And China the...
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
China v. China.
And China the WWE wrestler. Remember her?
Yeah. I know a China. Oh.
China. If you know, you know.
China's a big continent, if you know what I mean.
Hello.
Boobs.
China...
Sorry, he was doing boobs.
Sorry to be crude, but China from WWE had insane things. And when I was, I was in elementary school, you just go crazy for China.
None of this has to do with what we're talking about
This
today.
episode isn't about China the wrestler's boobs, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But before we get into what we're talking about, we need to catch up, and I need to say my piece first. I need to speak my piece.
Please.
If you're wondering why I look like Clifford the Big Red Dog, I got pretty sunburnt today. I was shooting a music video, actually.
Tell us about it.
You act like you didn't know.
You don't say. Tell us about it.
I was shooting a music video today for an upcoming song called The Mall, and we were shooting it at the West Shore Mall in Tampa, and we got some great shots. My homie Chris, another Chris, is shooting/directing it. He's doing a great job. But I didn't know we were going to be outside for that long. And I didn't put on enough sunscreen, AKA none at all. And I didn't realize till midday. And I'm just one side of me is bright red. So if you're wondering, there you go.
And if you didn't notice it until you now called himself
Yeah,
out.
yeah. No,
Now you know.
You can tell. I look insane. I look like a big cranberry.
Yep.
Huh? Anyways.
Anything about art?
Shoot. I feel like I did want to mention something about the art episode. Did you have any off the top of your head?
Nope.
Oh. My sister told me the painter who did that.
Oh, yeah. It starts with an S.
George
Seurat.
There you go. Right?
Yeah. Oh, I also
did the park painting.
I didn't mention
the famous
this
one
in the episode, but they think that they know who Banksy is now.
Is it the same person who's Marshmallow, the DJ?
Maybe because they don't know Marshmallow yet.
Yeah.
But they found out because something got out about Banksy's wife or partner. And so then they found out this woman and who she's with, and then found out the man who's like a very average old man.
Well, yeah, he's got to be old by now. Bummer. It's like, well...
But they're not for sure. Nobody's like actually cracked the code.
Speculation, if you will.
Yeah.
That's kind of a bummer, because I liked the whole like allure to him is the anonymity.
Well, you don't know for sure, and you still have Marshmallow, so it's okay.
There's always Marshmallow.
There's always Marshmallow. I bet you Marshmallow.
I think we know who he is, actually.
Oh.
I think it's like actually known thing. I forget though.
Oh.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure we know who Marshmallow is.
No one knows.
But we
Mala.
don't know who Mala is. Yeah.
So these are DJs.
These
if you
are
don't know,
DJ producers.
If you're like Marshmallow, that's
a
food item.
It's a food item and DJ producer. Massively successful DJ producer.
All these people that wear masks. Also, not what we're talking about today.
Yeah, we're talking about
names.
Talking about names, y'all. What's in a name, as Shakespeare once said.
I remember when I first kind of started working at camp, and one of the other teachers who's really deep and beautiful with her tongue, well, that sounded weird.
She's got a silver tongue. She's a wordsmith.
Yes, with talking.
I get it.
Thank you.
A silver tongue.
She said that like your name is like your mantra. Sure. Like what you say all the time. It's like so much is in a name, like your personality, how you show up. Like if people say, "Oh, I know Elyse," blah blah blah, like you want that to be like your thumbprint.
I hope not for me, because Chris, well, my real name's Chris, if you haven't got the memo, y'all.
It is?
This is the first time Elyse is finding out. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Chris.
I hope it's not my thumbprint. It's the most common and boring name of all time.
Oh. It's great.
You think it's a beautiful name?
I've never met a Chris before.
Really? Before me?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's funny we're talking about this actually. So I have a few students named Elyse, but
you have a fuzz on your mic that's just driving me nuts. All right.
Spelt the same, so it's Elyse is how you spell my name. Another woman spells it the same way, but she says Elyse. My sister-in-law, his sister, says Elyse.
I think it's interchangeable for her, but she says Elyse.
I've noticed this, and so does your mom, who named her Elyse.
It doesn't have to be Elyse.
I know. We're talking names. This is a fun thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm not like
you hate my
bad
sister.
Talking your family. Then I have another student who was saying that she goes by Elyse. And I was like, that's interesting. I always go by Elyse because my dad growing up was always, anyone that's called me Elyse would say it's Elyse with an E, not Elyse with an A. And not only did it train everyone around me in a very like scared, offensive way, but myself included. So now I always say I'm Elyse. It's always Elyse. It's not interchangeable. I've
let it slip sometimes, and I'm her hubby.
Yeah, but it's because you grew up with your sister saying the name wrong.
I usually say Elyse. Yeah. I'll usually say Elyse, but sometimes I slip up huge. And
Elyse says Elyse when she says it cute, like Elyse. She says Elyse.
Well, we used to say that all the time when like growing up. We'd be like, Ely!
Yeah.
We call her Ely. Like drop the S.
So it's just interesting because they're all spelled with an E, and then there's Elyse that is spelled with an A, like Alise.
With the I.
Alyse. But that could also be Alice technically, so it's like just I mean, I've been called like Alice and Alyssa and Elsie. I've been called a lot of things. Have you been? I bet you get it all the time too.
I've been called
Tris.
Tris. I've been called, what did that one guy call me?
Crick. We were at our
oh my God.
what's it called? The
Our rehearsal dinner
for our wedding.
Yeah.
And it was during COVID. If you haven't watched the the Love and Marriage episode. So like we had to be on the patio for our rehearsal dinner, like separate from everyone else in the restaurant. And
it was very lovely. It was this really nice
awesome.
Italian place.
Yeah. And what was the story?
So when we were like kind of wrapping up, the owner came out to like congratulate us. Also, obviously, like thank us for having, thank my parents for hosting the dinner there, etc. His name was Rick. And I came up to introduce myself, and he's like, "Oh, congratulations, I'm Rick." And I was like, "My name's Chris." He goes, "Crick, nice to meet you." Because obviously, in his head, he's like combining his name with mine, whatever. But like, he didn't correct himself. We just moved forward in the conversation, and it became an ongoing joke since then that my name's Crick, short for cricket. So, Rick, if you're watching this, thanks, big dog.
It's Chris.
And he owes us a free...
Yeah,
he said, come back for a free dinner. I want to cash in.
5 years later.
It's old Crick coming through to cash in.
Oh, Cricky.
Yeah, it's big dog Crick coming in.
So the history of names... in China in 6,600 BC, so many years ago.
Many moons ago.
They found personally invented symbols on pottery that they found, like a little piece of pottery used to mark ownership by specific individuals. So like hieroglyphics, basically, that didn't mean any words, but meant probably something to specify, like, this is my pot that I created. Here's my signature.
That's awesome.
It's almost so like many years ago.
Like a symbol or like a seal to represent the individual. That's kind of how it started. Mm-hmm. That's really cool.
And then in 3,200 BC, on a clay tablet from Mesopotamia, it's always Mesopotamia.
Yeah, never ends.
They found the name Kushim, Kushim, written on a receipt of barley. So they don't know for sure if that was like a company or if that was an actual individual, but that's like the first recorded name on something that they found, an artifact. Baby.
Dude, Mesopotamia must have been buzzing. It was probably a sick establishment.
It probably was. They find a lot of stuff.
They started everything there. They started art. They started names. Wine. Didn't they? Weren't you saying that's the first time they like dealt with alcohol? It was like a party century. It was the original Sin City. Mesopotamia.
That's where you would have like your stag party and stuff.
Have you? Yeah. It's like today's like Nashville or what's another good Vegas. Vegas is played out. It's like Nashville now, I feel.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, Mesopotamia, continue.
Then there were Native Americans who, obviously this is like way later, but who would name people based on adjectives and qualities. So like tall one, for example, would be like the name of someone,
Oh, yeah. Continue.
Then in ancient Greece, it was just first names like Aristotle or Plato.
They didn't need last names because all their names were insanely creative and different.
Yeah, true. You don't meet many
I've never met an Aristotle.
Or Plato.
I've never met a Plato. That'd be dope.
Yeah. And then the Romans inspired 2 or 3 names to indicate lineage and social standing. Which you were kind of going to talk about.
I was going to talk, but that's fine. I was going to piggyback on that. You're kind of like, that's when like surnames started being established. Mm-hmm. Go on.
Then the Zhou dynasty in 1046 BC in China started to have clan names. So then the like surnames kind of fell off. The clan names came in. Then in medieval times, Pigmud times, surnames were based on what they did occupationally.
And it was kind of I read that it was like started to be a combination of all the above. Either your occupation or like a region you're from, or if you're like a son, like son of John, Johnson, or descriptors like Brown or like tall or whatever, and it all just like kept culminating over the years, which is
crazy.
kind of cool.
It's literally crazy. Like Baker would be because you're a
Just a
baker. Or Smith from like,
Yeah, Smith. Yeah, you're like a blacksmith or
yeah,
something.
blacksmith, Potter. The locational would be like lake or hill based on where you're
Like,
from.
Yeah. I like to imagine the time where they're like the king, because it started in nobility, as Elise was saying. I like to imagine a time where they're like, dude, we got like 17 marks. We need to figure this out. So then they started being like, yeah, son of, or like of houses, right? That's when that happened.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, it seemed like it was. We were talking about it in our art episode, how it seemed like medieval times sucked, but that side of it kind of seems like fun. Like
But
you're of a
thinking
house.
Game of Thrones.
That's true,
You're
yeah,
not thinking of real life.
It's funny that Game of Thrones is like medieval, but it's like, since it's fantastical, it's not in a time like.
Well, I think they say
for all
it's
we
in
know,
the
it's in
future.
the future. Yeah,
I think they say that.
Oh, it's so crazy to think about. Yeah,
They.
I just think, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. They don't say. We wouldn't. It's another world.
It's another world.
Anyways, that's great history.
Yeah.
So should I talk about the next thing? Or no? What's our next item, babe?
Popular names around the world. So like the three
The
top
most
names.
popular.
What's the first one?
I bet you can guess it. Say it in the comments. In 3, 2, 1. Mohammed. 133 million. Is that an updated like stat, give or take?
Yeah.
It's what Elise found on the internet. I heard that before. That joke was actually in Superbad. Remember when he's got
Yeah.
the license and his like he said it was between McLovin and Muhammad. You know, he's like, anyways.
Muhammad. It's the number one.
It's the most popular name in the world, dumbass.
It's interesting though because Muhammad has like at least 3 different spellings or more. So there's like, I'm sure even more Muhammads based on just if you added all the spellings together.
And every year there's like new spellings because people want to be like
Yeah.
like cutting edge.
Mhm.
So I'm sure there's still
Like a silent H at the end or something.
Yeah. Muhammad MYD at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But is that? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
So Muhammad, that's obviously like an homage to the Prophet Muhammad in Islam. I guess not, but is it like a or not an injustice to like misspell it? You know what I'm talking
I guess
about?
not. There's millions of people that do it.
I guess, yeah. And I guess similarly, like how like derivatives of Christ, like Christian, Christopher, all that kind of stuff. I guess that's just like it's homage, so it doesn't matter how you spell it, right?
Yeah. It's interesting that you don't really meet like a white Jesus. It's always Jesus.
We met a black Jesus today.
Ah.
It was
Wow.
So you only
what are the chances?
literally. So we were shooting the music. So literally, this is such a funny story. And what are the chances that we're talking about names? So we're shooting this music video in front of the mall. Chris Melvin's behind the camera, and this dude's pass. You know, people are coming and going, so we're stopping shooting every time people are passing. And this guy's walking by, and he's like, what did he say? You got any room for Jesus in the shot? And I thought he was trying to like, maybe he was pitching the good word, like talking about Jesus Christ.
Of course, yeah.
So I didn't know what he was like.
As you would.
I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. And I was like, oh no. And he's like, yo, let Jesus get in the shot. And turns out he was talking about himself in third person and he wanted to get in the shot. And I was like, haha, like, no, like, cause we're doing this, And he was just joking. It was funny. But I was like, first of all, he's talking in third person. Second of all, his name's Jesus. It was hilarious. Chris and I had a good laugh. So.
That's really funny.
Yeah. I forgot to tell you that.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's a fun fact. Chris is only really good friends with Chris's.
If your name's not Chris, sorry, you're not going to make the cut.
Literally in Colorado, his best friend, Chris
Scott, yeah. Shout out Chris Scott if you're ever going to watch our freaking podcast, asshole.
And then we moved to Florida and he meets a bunch of friends and the one he's closest with, Chris.
Sorry, I feel bad for non-Chris's, but you're just really not going to be considered for like a top position. Anyways.
So then we have Maria is number 2.
Number 2, Maria.
Which is way less. It's less than half, 61 million.
Yeah, Maria's like, I think like you hear it a lot in like it's like Italian, but also like Spanish.
Yeah,
Hispanic. So it's all over the place.
That's true. That's a good point.
Is that it? Is there French Maria? Or what's the derivative?
More like Marie, probably.
Marie. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the third one was one that I've never met one of these before.
I've never heard of this before. Should I say it?
Yeah.
Is it Nushi?
I think, yeah.
Nushi. And there's 55 million people in the world named Nushi. First of all, adorable name. I assume it's like Japanese.
Gotta be.
But Nushi. It could be like Russian. Nah, it's probably Japanese.
Yeah.
Very cute name. Never met a Nushi. That's all I can say.
Have you met a Nushi? Comment below. Are you named Nushi?
Are you Nushi? Comment below.
Comment below. So then we wanted to talk about the names of the decades.
Yes. So Elyse did the research on this, and these are like the most popular. You looked at like a list of the ranked most popular male and female names of each decade.
Yeah.
So how do you have these listed, babe?
So first it's the 70s, 80s, and 90s all had the same top ones, which is crazy. Michael and Jessica,
I could see that.
Or Jennifer and Christopher. Those were like interchangeable between the three decades, but those were like the top four.
That absolutely tracks.
Yeah.
Tons of Chris's from our era. Tons of Michaels.
Not era. 70s, 80s, 90s. But 90s.
That.
You're right. Yeah. Oh, sorry. We didn't start with 50s, 60s.
That's fine.
Okay,
Wait.
We'll go back in time.
Yeah, we'll jump back. Thoughts on the 70s, 80s, 90s? Lack of creativity? Question mark.
The most regular names of all time. Yeah. It's interesting because I knew a lot of Jessicas and Jennifers in like elementary school. And then I fell off for a really long time. And I feel like I wasn't around many Jessicas and Jennifers.
I definitely had a bunch of Jennifers.
But coming back here to the east side, it's like they're back.
Jennifers? Do you know Jennifers around here? You
probably like students and stuff.
Yeah. Jenny. I wonder if it became popular after Forrest Gump.
Probably not.
Jenny. No.
Because everyone was saying it like that.
Yeah, you probably hated being named Jenny when Jemmy. Probably hated being named Jenny when Forrest Gump was out. Yeah. Great movie. I don't think Elyse has seen it.
I probably won't.
Babe.
I was literally talking about Forrest Gump with some of my girlfriends the other day, and they were all like, you don't need to see it.
What? It's a great movie. We'll see it.
They were actually talking about the quote, like, you is kind, you is important, whatever.
But that's The Help.
Right. But I thought it was Forrest Gump.
Well, you know,
and I was like, I haven't seen that. And they were like, and I was like, but I heard that everyone dies. I'm really not into watching it. And they were like, everyone dies. And I was like, yeah, like his lover, his like parents. And they were like Forrest Gump. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, that's not the accent.
Wrong one.
Sounds kind of similar though, coming from
I mean, they got the southern drawl, but he's got like a really slow drawl. That's horrible. Jenny, that was good. Lieutenant Dan.
Anyways.
You know, he modeled that. He like met a kid and modeled his whole like persona and accent after like a young child from that like region. Where is he from?
Probably like
Mississippi or Alabama. I forget. Shoot. Anyways.
Comment below.
Comment below. Where's Forrest Gump from? There's 0 comments on all these videos. Actually, we've gotten a few comments. The people that are commenting, we absolutely love you.
We love you the best.
Please keep it up. Hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 50.
It's huge.
Yeah, 48
million.
By the end of the year, we want 1 million followers. That's a goal to hit.
Okay, we're going back in time. 50s, 60s. Hit me.
James and is that Mary?
It is.
James and Mary, that tracks. My question is this. I didn't look it up, but I'm wondering, James Dean, did he play a part in... I'm sure there was some biblical shit going on.
Well, here's my question.
What?
Mary Magdalene?
Yeah, she's behind it all.
She was alive in that time.
Yeah, she was big back then. I bet James and Mary are like a biblical thing, but James Dean, I guarantee he had something to do with it.
James is also just like an American name. Like it's just solid and like...
We're an American... Whatever. I thought we were going to start singing.
Great. Then we have the early 2000s.
Yes.
We had Jacob and Emily.
Was not expecting that at all.
Emily,
Hard
I feel
curveball.
like I knew a lot of, well, I guess it's not even no. Like now we would know them because they would be like in their early 20s. Because this is when they were born.
Of course. Right.
So I feel like there's a lot of Emily's and I feel like there's a lot of Jacobs.
I guess, yeah. I mean, the stats don't lie, baby, but I can't think of any like
That
Emily's.
blog couldn't lie. It couldn't.
Yeah. That blog from some random person.
No, I think it was actually like a database on.
There's definitely a database. I think it's census. But
Yeah.
don't they only do censi? Like they don't do them every year. I remember my mom like doing a census at our house.
Mm.
But I feel like I haven't like filled out any of that info. Probably
I
because
want
they
a
could just
census.
I want a census. But they probably just extract the info from the internet these days.
Yeah.
How do they get the stats on people these days? Comment below.
Comment below.
All right. Fast forward to the 2010s. The most popular names were, in fact, Noah and Emma. Cute.
I was shocked about Noah because I really don't know many Noahs at all.
My roommate was Noah, my college roommate. So I know Noah, but that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, there's one Noah that's like a family friend. But yeah, I couldn't tell you. I don't know many Noahs.
My cousin's best friend is Noah, but that was the only Noah I knew growing up. And honestly, that's kind of the only Noah I know now.
Gosh. Well, if they were born in the 2010s, they're also like way younger. Not way younger. We're not that old. But meaning that we might not be crossing paths with them as much.
For sure.
If they're not like a family
They'd
member,
be
it's not like we're like
15 and
hanging out
younger.
with like teens. That's a great point. For sure. So
I want to go back to Jacob. I was just like rudely on my phone because Jacob was popular in the early 2000s and Twilight
surprise, surprise, Twilight, baby.
was
Coincidence?
The book was 2005, 2005.
Coincidence? I think not.
I'm also seeing that there's a trailer for Twilight Saga 6, the new chapter
Saga?
saga.
Is it Saga or is it Saga? Comment below.
But it looks AI, so don't take
No,
my
it's
word
probably
for-
like a fan thing.
Yeah.
I've seen those before. You get so hyped and then you open the trailer and it's like horrible.
It's like her and her Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's like clips
Yeah.
from different. Yeah. Some of them are pretty impressive, actually. The fan trailers.
So if your name is Michael, Jessica, Jennifer, Christopher, James, Mary, Jacob, Emily, Noah, Emma, comment below.
Comment below.
I like those bars that like have like if you were born on,
Yes.
or no, not if you were born on this day. If your
this
name is
your
this.
name. There was one in Denver
Yeah.
that used to do that. And I don't think I ever got it, but I feel like every time because we would go on like drunk nights, every time I go, it was like my name the week before. And I'd be like, no, blast.
They also probably try to keep Chris like pretty minimal because it would be
'cause
everyone
there's,
in the bar.
7,000 Chris's. Yeah, good point.
Okay, so we're gonna play Nicknames the game.
Okay, what's this game?
This game is there are many weird nicknames out there. For example, Peggy being for Margaret.
Yeah, just for example.
Like, so
Where'd you get that?
I'm gonna give Slex a real name, the actual name, and then you. Or no. I'm gonna give you the nickname, and you have to tell me the actual name.
Yes, like the name it is derived from.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
How many do I have?
6.
And do I write them or I'm just saying them?
You just say 'em.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Anne.
Anne?
Mhm.
Roseanne?
No.
Annie?
No.
Anna?
No. I mean, probably for all those, but not the one I'm thinking.
Like Luann?
No.
Marianne?
No.
Aunt?
You want me to just tell you?
Antha? Yeah, what?
Nancy.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah. These are like the odd ones. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It's not going to be easy.
What the frick?
I know, right? Crazy.
Well, I haven't really met a Nancy, so do we know a Nancy?
Well, I would call them Nan if I
I'd
had.
say Nan.
If I did,
if I
meet
had
one.
to bring it down. Or Nance. I think Nance is cute.
Nance is cute.
And for Nancy, comment below.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Ted and Ned.
Yeah, Ted and Ned are from Theodore.
No. Yeah, well, Ted would be, but no.
Ted or Ned are from Ted or Ned. From Edward. Edward.
Yes.
Ted can be from Edward?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's actually fun.
That's fun. Okay, ready? Nellie.
Oh, I knew a Nelly in high school, and I think it was this exact thing. What was her freaking real name? Like Nelliana?
Mm.
No.
Is that a name?
Oh,
It's a cute
man.
name.
As soon as you say it, I'm going to be pissed because I feel like excuse me.
If you could only hunt down the words that you want to say.
Deer. Hunterella. What would just tell me?
Helen. Hunt.
I
So Helen Nellie.
don't think her name was Helen.
Helly Nellie.
Nellie's a great nickname. I like that name.
This is a hard one. Daisy.
Daisy from like Chrysanthemum.
No.
Like man, this game's just stressful. This isn't even fun. Daisy from, and it's like not that at all.
No.
Like Doris.
No.
Dolores.
No.
Dayzoris.
Margaret.
Oh my God, Margaret again.
Margaret
this
again.
is bullshit.
Because Gros or something in French actually means daisy flower.
Oh,
And
that's
so
cute.
it
All right,
came
take
from
it back.
French.
That's cute.
Yeah. Okay, we got
What the frick? I sucked.
Hank.
Oh, Henry.
Nice.
I knew that.
Buffy.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buffy. Like Beatrice.
No.
Buffyana.
Yeah.
Betty Ann or something.
You keep just making up names.
Betty Ann's a name.
Have you met a Betty Ann?
Yeah, I think my mom's like cousin is a Betty Ann or something. Seriously.
Elizabeth.
Ah.
Because it came from like Beth, and then like kids that couldn't say Beth would say like Beth, and then Beth turned to Buffy.
Wow, you read all that?
That's what it said.
Interesting. Buffy is a great name, and me and my brother loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer
Yeah.
with Sarah Michelle Gellar, and I haven't watched it since I was in middle school, so it's probably so cheesy.
I'm sure it's terrible.
But it was kind of a vibe. It was like a teen show where she was like a babe and she hunted vampires. That's kind of a vibe.
It's a vamp vibe.
It's a vamp vibe. Okay. Can you guys tell we're delirious? All right, let's fight through this.
Pop culture.
Pop culture names. This is my segment. This is a segment where I talk about some of the fun names that were like influenced directly from pop culture. I was looking it up. There's a million, but I want to just pick out a few fun ones. Arya, back to Game of Thrones, when that like during its popularity, which was what? When did that start? Like 2014, 2012.
I think I was still in college, so
I think it was 2012. But like that, that spanned over several years, and there was like a huge rise in popularity in the name Arya. And I'm sure Sansa, I'm sure a bunch of those names, but especially Arya, very pretty name. I like that. Did you know that there was a massive surge in popularity during Sex and the City, not only in Carrie, but Aiden?
cute.
The heartwarming gentleman. Well, he was Carrie's
Lover.
Did they end up? Did they end up getting married later on?
No, they were
In the
engaged and
movies?
she breaks it off because she gets with Big. And then, spoiler alert. So turn this off.
Spoiler alert.
if you
Turn it
don't
off.
know.
Yeah.
Big dies in the newest ones, and Just Like That series. And so,
I thought he died in the movies.
no,
Oh no, he screwed up the wedding in the movies.
he screwed up the wedding. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then he dies in the first episode. And then, like, in the second season, I want to say, Aiden comes back. And then they have, like, a love moment. But then
Yes.
he can't, like, commit fully right now because he has kids and shit.
Yep. So Aiden, of course, the Friends phenomenon in the 90s. Rachel was a huge name during that. Phoebe too.
And Emma,
because it was Rachel's
baby.
kid.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is a really cute one. Tiana in like the 2009-2010 rose into popularity because of the Princess and the Frog, that Disney
That's
movie.
cute.
She was the first black Disney princess ever, and it's a really cute movie.
It's such a good movie.
Phenomenon, really fun movie, and that name became extremely popular throughout. I don't know about the world, but I know throughout the United States.
Tiana,
Yeah. So check that one
pretty
out.
name.
And also, Harrison had an interesting kind of arc in popularity. It was super big in the early 1900s, and then like plummeted in popularity for decades. But then, can you guess when Harrison became popular again?
Beatles.
Great freaking guess, but no. That probably helped it, but no, like a big jump in the U.S. particularly. That's a good
Harrison
guess.
Ford.
Yeah.
Really?
So when, like what year?
70s.
Nice. Excuse me. With the popularity of Star Wars, when the first one came out in 1977, continuing with Star Wars and then Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford was like obviously just like a massive movie star. Hot. Come on now. Han Solo, Indy. Big name. I think Harrison's a cool name.
One of my students and friend, Elizabeth's cat is named Harrison after George.
Cool. Good point though. I bet you that like
I'm sure all of the Beatles.
I'm sure all the
names.
Beatles.
I mean, I've met many Ringos.
I wish. I want to meet some more Ringos. Yeah. And
great
then
facts, babe.
last one I just want to throw in there. Believe it or not, Quentin became way more popular after Quentin Tarantino's smash hit Pulp Fiction came out in 94.
Huh.
Big rise in popularity during especially the 90s when Quentin Tarantino was just like crushing. Well, he's still I mean, he's obviously a legend. But yeah, Quentin Tarantino.
Love it.
Cool. Our next segment.
That's great.
Wait, what's our next seggy?
Facts.
Oh, wait. Are you doing facts or are we doing how well do you know your partner?
Facts. Well, I just
okay.
have a fact.
Elise has a very special fact she wants to present to us.
Now I feel nervous. So the fact is, there's like this whole thing is facts, really. So I just looked up
It's facts on facts,
the
baby.
meaning of mine and Chris's names.
Ooh.
We're both godly people.
What? Elise's?
Elise means God's promise.
That's pretty cute.
So
That's really
it's
cute.
not a big deal, but I basically came here to save.
In French? In French?
No, in Hebrew.
Oh, in Hebrew.
Mhm.
Sure.
And it is a derivative of Elizabeth. Fun fact.
Oh. Yeah,
Um,
wow. I'm really starting to think of names differently after this episode.
That's the hope.
Now I see it. That's the hope.
And then Christopher is the bearer of Christ.
The bearer?
Bearer.
Or the bear? Like, rawr.
Bearer.
I don't get it. Continue. Like, what do you mean?
That's all I got. And then I have some nicknames that are fun.
Bearer of like he who like bears the like word of Christ, or I feel like I feel unfulfilled by that. Yours is like gift, this like beautiful.
You're the bearer.
I'm the bearer, baby. Let's go.
Just go with it.
Yeah. All right. My bad.
Some fun nicknames though. Obviously, Chris, Topher, fun. Kit. Should
For
we start
Chris?
calling you Kit?
I'll take Kit.
I love Kit.
Funny you say that. Levi would call Chris Scott and Levi are two of my really good friends from Colorado. Levi would call Chris Kit Kat. I wonder if
Why?
they came. I don't know why, and Chris hated it.
Did he really?
I think he hated it. Yeah. I never really obviously it was like this ongoing joke where we just call him Kit Kat, and he hated it. But did it derive, Levi, comment below, did it derive from the fact that Kit is a nickname for Christopher? Never knew that. Very cute.
That's crazy. If Levi knew that, he's from the 1800s.
He might be like in a past life. He was from the 1800s.
He was friends with Kit.
Yeah, he was friends with a kid, and he brought us to the future.
Okay, so we're gonna play.
Oh,
HWDYKYP. How well do you know your partner?
Oh man, we gotta nail that better. HWK. Oh wait. HWDYKYP. How well do you know your partner? Nice, babe.
That was good. We should do that every time.
We need to hit it hard. We need to hit it hard. It's a great segment. One of our faves.
So we're going to write down answers of what we think, and we'll flip it, and we'll see if we are right.
So the first question is as follows. So, word has it from our parents that if we were going to be, like if Elyse was going to be a boy, they had a name chosen for her. What was that name? I have literally no idea. Really? Maybe, did you tell me? You must have.
My mom probably told you, yeah.
I'm trying to channel my inner Robin to think what she would name. Give me a sec.
It's not necessarily like, oh yeah, she would definitely pick that, but this was like, she still says this name. That she would want it to be her son. Did it come to you?
I don't think this is right, but okay, ready?
3, 2, 1.
Luke.
Julian.
Oh.
Does that sound familiar?
No.
Oh.
Julian's a cute name. Yeah. I guess Luke because it's like biblical, and I thought maybe.
My parents had this thing where
Julian's a really cute name.
If it was a daughter, my dad got to name the kid, and my mom got the middle name, and if it was a son, my mom got to name first name, and my dad was middle name, and we both are girls, obviously. So I'm Elyse Leren, and my sister is Brianna Nicole. So my mom picked Leren and Nicole.
Cute.
Yeah. Okay.
That would have been, I gotta say. So Elise's middle name, I love her middle name, and I love how it's pronounced. But for those of you who don't know, it is spelled like Lauren.
How dare you tell?
Oh, am I not allowed to say that?
No, I don't care.
Her professional spelling is Leren, which is great. That's the way I love it, and she's created a brand like that. But her real spelling is like Lauren, Lauren. And you obviously think it's Lauren.
So my mom thought it was Ralph Lauren,
right?
Which people say.
Well, people say that because it's
Lauren.
Fucking Ralph Lauren.
Well, I'm fucking Elyse
I know,
Lauren.
but you know, of course. All I'm saying is, because she would have chosen Leren if she, because her choice was the middle name, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So if that was your first name, the only point I was going to make is your whole life you would have been struggling, and everyone would be calling you Lauren at first. Yeah. I think Leren is sick.
Well, no, I don't think she would have picked Leren as my first name.
Oh, I got it. That's just because she was the middle name picker.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Am I wrong, people? I love your middle name, but at first glance, you wouldn't say Leren.
Well, of course, and that's why. So in both of my graduations, it obviously is spelled Lauren. So I would write phonetically Leren, and both times they said Elyse Lauren Rousseau, and I'd have to walk across the stage and receive my diploma with the wrong freaking name. And so then I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to go by this, then I'll do Leren, Leren. And now people still say Leren, which drives me insane. But I kind of like that it's like ELYSELEREN. It's very like E's and L's, which are nice in cursive and just like.
No, and it's sick. It's a great move. And it honestly creates a separation between your like professional and personal name.
Yeah. Well, and then I was getting married, obviously. And so when I changed my name, I didn't want it because I was going professionally by Elyse Leren a little bit before we got married because I knew I'd have to change my name and I didn't want to go from like Elyse Rousseau to Elyse Kimmel. / like still like I am Elyse Kimmel, of course. And
what are you trying to say?
Your sister is Elyse Kimmel. So until until she gets married, I still feel like I'm just like holding on to her name, kind of.
This is her house. You're just a guest.
That's how it feels a little bit. So Elyse Leren is.
No, you have the middle names. That's like the identifier that separates.
Well,
the
when
two.
we're with his family, I'm Elyse Leren and she's Elyse Nicole.
Yeah,
so
that's chill.
That's how we. Because it used to be she was Elyse Kimmel.
Yeah, and then you were Elyse Rousseau.
Yeah.
People can't know that either. We're revealing our true identities.
Don't look us up. Don't Google us. Bad things will come up. Okay, next. What was Slex's? What would his name have been if he was a girl, baby?
So just to verify, Mom, I'd like to talk to you about. Mom and Dad, I'd like to talk to you after this. I think this is right because I know what they were. So I have an older brother, and I know what they were going to name him if were he to be a girl. I think they were going to keep that name and use it on me in the same scenario. So that's what I'm going with. Let me say.
As Slex writes, I have a fun fact. I saw that Matt Damon's middle name is Paige.
Matt Page Damon. That's a cool middle name.
Ready, set, go. Abigail. Clarice.
Abigail's cute. Were you just guessing?
Yeah.
I thought my mom told you this.
Clarice.
Well, you're saying that, but it was more so Clarice from Rudolph.
Aw, I love that.
Isn't that cute?
Why wasn't Elyse Clarice? Oh, did they do it because it rhymes?
I don't know. I want to get to the bottom of that, why it didn't work its way down the ladder.
Her middle name should have been Clarice Elyse Clarice.
Elyse Clarice, that'd be cute. But fun fact, my sister's middle name is Nicole, and Elise's sister's middle name is Nicole.
We have a lot of overlapping. Funny? So his dad and brother are Robert. My mom is Robin. And
she goes by Robbie to a lot of people, and obviously I call my brother Rob or Bert, but a lot of people called him Robbie growing up, which is funny.
And then both of our mom's middle names are Ann. And then both of our sisters have the same middle name. Me and his sister have the same name. It's crazy.
That's crazy. Okay.
Okay. And then the last one, because we couldn't think of 4 tonight. What is my Omi's name? And my dad's mother's name. Which I don't know if you guys even care about this, but just let's see.
Yeah, this is more for me. I know it's come up, and I know her mom's mom is Beverly. Her dad's mom. What is Omi's name? I never met Omi. God rest her soul. So Omi's German. Hold on.
It's not spelt the way that we would spell it here in the States.
Feeling like Gertrude, but no. Is it? Answer me this. Is it Gertrude?
No. But that's my cousin's grandma's name, and she's Grandma Trudy.
Oh, yeah.
And then literally we just found out that her name's Gertrude. And I'm like, that's crazy, actually.
Talk about a date. Like, you'd never meet like a new Gertrude.
Yeah.
There's only like 90 and up Gertrudes. Literally. Shout out Trudy. No shade.
99th birthday coming up.
Oh.
Okay, let's.
I can't even think of a German name. Okay.
It's not going to be right, you guys.
3, 2, 1. Mara.
Kathy.
Oh, Kathy. That's a cute name.
And it was with the Kathe. And her last name was Wolf.
Great name.
I know.
Oh my God.
Kathy Wolf.
I would have never got that. Well, now I know.
Now you know. Okay, our last segment. We're going to rip through this, you guys. Fact or fiction.
Okay.
So I basically just found a celebrity's name.
Okay.
Real name. And you tell me if it's true or not. Flava Flav's real name is...
Oh, I feel like I might know.
Belcalis marlinus almanzar.
True.
False. It's Cardi B. Isn't that crazy?
Cardi B's real name is what?
Cardi B's real name is Belcalis marlinus almanzar. Almanzar.
Cool name. Her first name is Belcalis.
Belcalis.
Belcalis. Cool. And that's why she's Cardi B, baby.
Her mom's from Trinidad and her dad is from the Dominican. What a crazy name. She's also younger than me? Huh? She's a year younger than me. Whoa. So that's a fun fact. And then
Cardi B's fun. I like Cardi B.
I do too.
I'm just going to say it.
Do you know whose name is Peter Hernandez?
Peter Hernandez. Peter Dinklage?
No. Bruno Mars. It's Peter.
Cute.
Yeah.
Wow. Huge derivative going to Bruno Mars.
You gotta.
But Peter Hernandez is a cool name. But maybe like it just like didn't match his brand.
Bruno Mars.
It's not Bruno Mars. That's an insane name.
So this was names, you guys.
We hope you enjoyed it. We were
hope
kind
you
of
liked it.
We were flying by the seat of our pants, and
it was fun. We'll probably do a names too because I feel like we didn't even touch on like married names and
we wanted to. Yeah, we want to. And I think we can have there's a lot of potential for games, but we're just dipping our toes, having fun with it, and we hope you guys had fun too.
Subscribe, like, comment
some fun names. Let's have some fun. Let's open the dialogue. Let's do it.
We can't wait to see what you have to say.
Until next time, y'all, we don't know anything.
And we'll see you later.
Peace. Thank you, guys.
Bye.